Hello, hello. How are you doing today? Tonight, wherever you are, I'm so glad you're tuning in to me. I welcome all my new followers. I'm really excited to have some new followers here, and I'm so grateful to have those who've been with me from the beginning on here, at least since I've been on this channel. It's sort of been a challenging time to be building up a YouTube channel for someone in my age. I'm in my 50s. It's a little challenging. But once again, as always, please, if you like this video, please hit thumbs up, please share, please, tell your friends, share it with, with someone who likes beauty and style, or maybe somebody who just needs a smile, right? I'm saying this in the beginning because, I feel like it's something that needs to be said. We all sometimes just need a smile. Sometimes we just need to feel like we're being listened to, or just want to listen to someone who touches our heart for a while, or someone that makes us smile, or somebody that, it just kind of takes us out of our own dark situation. And many of us have been under some dark situations the last couple of years, and it's been a struggle. It really has. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Some things have been really great. I've had the advantage to being with my husband 24/7, and then there's been some challenges to being with him 24/7 in the last 2 years. He is going into the office now 1 day a week, and so that's good. That cuts a little bit of distance, and but I've had some challenges, and this past month of May, I had some major challenges. Okay, so this is a little life update. We had the first week of May started out pretty good, where, I thought, oh, good, because we had our 15-year dating anniversary, 15 years ago, May of 2007, May 4th, which is kind of funny, that's Star Wars Day, because we're both Star Wars fans. We had our first date, okay? And then we had a nice dinner and everything was fine. We have had some things going on with our HOA and our deck that we built, and we thought it was approved of, and then there was one little change that we made as it was being built. We didn't think it was that big of a deal, but ended up being a big deal. And they had written us prior to May saying, you've got to reapply to get these changes to be approved for everything to be okay. And then as it turned out, the denial letter, my birthday is a week after our anniversary, and the denial letter came on my birthday. So my birthday did not start out well. Everybody acts like, oh, yeah, you should have fun and celebrate. I mean, I hate to say it, but how much fun and how much celebrating can one person in their 50s and somebody else in their 40s do? I mean, that we don't drink that much anymore, and we're on a tight budget, and the reality is we're on a tight budget, so we're not like going out whooping it up, Ubering around the DC area, spending hundreds of dollars on Uber fees just so we can drink and throw up in the Uber, and then later on say, oh, we had a great birthday. Like, the reality is, we had dinner, used a coupon, had dinner, sat there, ate, had semi-crappy service, and I came home, like, what is there, I mean, I don't know what people expect, but anyway, that was my birthday. So then that same week of my birthday, I think it was the day or so before, either 2 days before or a day before my birthday, or the day after. I can't remember now. It's like I said, it was quite a month. Our dryer broke. Okay, now, if you've gone back in my other videos, and watched, I've done some story times where I talked about the horror we had 2 years ago with dealing with Home Depot and our dryer, getting a new washing machine. And then this time was the dryer. Okay, so this time we need a dryer. So we definitely avoided Home Depot, okay? So we used Lowe's instead. Now, there were a couple of things about Lowe's that I wasn't that crazy about, one of which was when we called, we went in the first day. She was the person who helped us, was wonderful. She was cool. Everything was fine. The second day, when we had time to think about what we need, questions she asked us about our outlet and what kind of prongs we needed for the special cord for the dryer and all that. we had to go home and check. Okay, so then the next day, we wanted to make sure we were going to get the same salesperson, pardon me, gender, some salesperson, but she was a very lovely lady, of a certain age. So thank God, I was grateful for that. There was somebody who was, you could tell, someone who had experience with owning dryers in the past, someone who had experience with buying appliances in the past. So she was very well versed in selling them. Okay. But anyway, we called ahead of time to find out if she was working, so that we would save it. We didn't want to get there and have her not be there. Well, we call, and the phone rings about 20 times. I asked to be transferred to that department. The phone rings about 20 times. Nobody gets the phone. So then I decide to call back. I hang up. I call back and say, can I talk to a manager? So thinking that the manager would be able to tell me, is she working? So that it would save us a trip. Oh, we call, and the phone rang they transferred me to management, and the phone rang about 20 times. Okay, I'm sorry, but I know that what it's like to work in those stores. Can't you stop for a minute and say, hang on, and to answer the phone where you are? I mean, somebody has to get the phone. Okay, so anyway, so then we decided, okay, well, since we don't know if she's there or not, well, we still need a dryer. Let's go down there, go to the store, which is about 15 minutes away from us, and we went. It's a Kentlands location in Gaithersburg, Maryland. We went there, and luckily she was there, and I told her. And so, but while I'm sitting there talking to her, the phone is ringing like crazy, nonstop. No one's answering. Neither her or the other two guys who were helping customers could say, excuse me, to the customers and just answer the phone. And maybe somebody's got a quick question. All you have to do, but gosh, when you're standing there and the phone is ringing, So anyway, she helped us. We had, our dryer was in stock. They had the right cord for what we needed. We had everything. That was cool. So then we were set, got delivery, didn't have a separate contracting company they had, or if they did, they were right on top of it. There was no problems. It was delivered. Of course, with a dryer, you don't have to worry about a drain pan or any of that kind of stuff that we had to worry about with when we got the washing machine. But anyway, there was no problem. It was on the second floor. There was no problems. They were nice guys. They joked around with stuff that, everybody that comes in our house sees this poster I have that's from when I had my hair salon. It's a poster of a guy, and everyone thinks that it's Patrick in that picture. Now, the funny thing is that I like that poster because it's the guy. Of course, I think the guy was cute. So then later on when I met Patrick, it was like, oh, well, he's cute too. He looks like that guy in the. So whenever people come over, especially strangers, workmen, people coming over to do different things, they'll say, is that your husband in that picture? And I have other photos of my photographs of, artsy photographs that I've taken of him that are in frames. But that's always like the first thing that people say, hey, did you meet him from that picture or or something like that. So anyway, they were nice guys joking around like that. It was really funny. So then we finally have the dryer, and the dryer works great. Actually, the dryer works better than the dryer we had, but that was $750 that we didn't expect to spend. Welcome to grown-up life, welcome to adulting. Welcome to when you're, I would have certainly liked to have saved that money and had it go towards a vacation. But the reality is that's not how it happens. Sometimes you end up have a vacation plan, expensive vacation plan, and then the dryer breaks and you have to spend that money too, right? But, at this point, we don't even have anything planned. But still, that's $750 that, we would have preferred. Now, I always say gratitude. Gratitude is well, for one thing, the night that the dryer broke, we were in the middle of doing laundry. I had realized it stopped working, and so we had to go to a laundromat, okay? Went to a laundromat in a kind of a not that great area. And there were years when I had to go to laundromats in areas that weren't that great. And it reminded me, I have moved forward in my life as much as I sometimes like to feel, or I feel like I'm stuck. I have moved forward. And I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful to have washer and dryer. I'm grateful for the ability to buy a dryer, because not everybody has good credit or has the money, or there's so many times where I know that I have moved forward. And it kind of like, once again, it was the universe saying to me, you need to be reminded of this lesson. You, as much as you like to think that you're, fancy doing this and this and this, oh, you're so fancy now. You're like the song, you're so fancy. But really, what it was it was just reminding me, it was just like a reality check. This used to be your life, day to day. Be grateful for your ability to change, the fact that you changed your trajectory. You both me and my husband changed our trajectory, made some big changes in our life, stuck out through so many different things. I stuck out through many different things in my life way before him, and had to deal with things. And then when I met him, he's had to grow and learn certain lessons and experience certain things so that we could be in a position to have this where we live, and not that we're in some great mansion, but I know that there are people there. I mean, there was a time where I lived in a friend's closet for 6 weeks. Okay, one of these days I'm going to go make a video talking about the different places I lived and how my life was, and certain things that happened in my life, and things that created my backstory, kind of like. But there's so many times where I made certain decisions and they seemed like the right decision at the time, and sometimes things didn't work out, whether it was certain roommate situations or certain jobs or certain things. You think that with the best of intentions, you make some choices, right? So anyway, this was the universe's way of saying, don't forget, things can happen. You can be back here again. Things can happen. Be grateful. Work hard, keep working hard. Keep don't slack off. And I also, have this other job that I took on after January, because of COVID, because of gas prices, because of all the things that are going on. My beauty business is kind of stagnant. It's another thing that's kind of stagnant right now, or at least for a while it was. And June is already starting to be a little busier than May was. But anyway, because of gas prices, a lot of things, and COVID restraints and different things, and people cutting back, and as well as my own ability, like I made certain decisions where I wasn't going to work with a lot of strangers because of my own, even though for a mask or a shield or whatever, I still want to be careful with my own health, because I have my own health to think about, being over 50, having other conditions, different things like that. So I'm not as active in promoting my in-person work to expand my clientele. So that's another thing. Okay. So my current clientele decided to kind of cut back a little bit. So that's understandable. I'm fine. No pressure to them. No negativity to them. We're cutting back in our own ways too. So anyway, because of that, I took on a part-time job, which sometimes can become full-time, but it's a work-from-home thing, so it's fine. But I had a deadline going on in May, which meant I had to work a lot towards in that other job. So I'm juggling, not just usually two things that are beauty-based, but then I'm juggling this third thing that is telephone customer service. So I had that going on too. And that takes a lot of time, and but at the same time, it's also helping people. So I'm also grateful to have that. because one thing fills the gap from another, right? The Avon fills the gap, helped me fill the gap during the height of COVID when, nobody was leaving their house at all. And the Avon has helped me with that. And Avon still continues to help me. But of course, you always, sometimes when other things kind of open up, then you need to fill that gap with something else, right? So, I'm grateful for all three things, but sometimes juggling three things plus a house and a husband and a dog, it can be a lot. It can be a lot, and that's why sometimes I don't have the energy to film. Now, for a while there, Facebook was allowing me to save, not just me, but just in general, anybody doing a live, it was allowing us to save our videos again to our personal tablets, phone, whatever, hard drives, whatever, and then being able to put it back, put it over here on YouTube. Well, for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, they was allowing us to do that, and boom, they decided to take it away again. So there are times where I'm over there on my Facebook Live. There are times where I'm talking about the new campaign. They're talking about a new Avon campaign, or sometimes I'm doing my tutorial videos, or sometimes where I'm doing different things over there that I go to hit the save, and the save button isn't even there anymore for me to put over here. So that means if I do something over there, I have to do another one over here, or to film a short, or film something else. And then the same thing with Instagram. You can't save that to put over here. So then it's like, if I want to make new content for Instagram, I have to make new content for Instagram. And of course, Instagram can be shared from Instagram to Twitter or Facebook. But nothing, I don't know if it's something but that they have against YouTube, but very few things can be saved to then put over here. I think some of these reels or some of these things, I don't know, but it's like, as soon as I get one thing down pat, then they change it again. So anyway, I've had that challenge. I've had some challenges. So because of that, it makes it be difficult for what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Hey, I'm wearing in my pajamas right now. I'm wearing an old t-shirt. I'm keeping it real with you guys. There are times I'm going to come on here. I'm going to be all glamorous. I'm going to be fabulous and as height of my fabulousness. But there's going to be times where, hey, I'm just going to keep it real. This is it. I'm doing the best I can, considering some very intense circumstances. Okay, so what else? What else happened? Okay, so we had the dryer, we had the HOA thing, I had the deadline for the other job. Those three things. Those three things all at once. I had, also, I spoke at a friend's memorial. One of the friends I lost back in the winter, they finally had her memorial. And people were, it was very emotional. And usually, and I talked about this already, I don't know if I talked about it in here, but usually I'm fine talking in front of a group. At this point, I don't have the nervousness that I used to have doing videos or speaking in front of a whole group of people. I have no problem as long as I'm in professional mode, right? But when I'm in personal mode, especially with the emotion of losing this beautiful friend, her mother of 2 little girls, and it was due to heart-related issues, not COVID. But still, no matter how you lose someone, and it's a loss. And I was talking it over, and with someone, and they said a lot of times with loss, whether it's a job loss, whether it's a loss of a spouse, loss of a friend, any kind of loss, you have your own hopes and dreams, or fantasy is not quite the right word, but your own hopes for the future with that situation. And when it's a sudden loss, you have to process the hopes and dreams for what you had planned with that friend or the future, whoever or whatever you lost. Okay, so you have to process that, and processing when we moved here, she was one of my, less than 5 minutes, she was one of the people I really wanted to see and spend time with, and COVID got in the way, and other things, or work gets in the way, and her work and family obligations. And sometimes women, we don't spend enough time with our friends because we'll say, I have to make sure that my kids are like this, or I have to make sure that my husband's doing this, or I'm taking care of my parents now, or I'm taking care of this person and that person. We're the caretakers, right? We often don't spend enough time with our friends. Instead of saying, I'm the kind of person, I'll let the dirty dishes sit in the sink for the night if it means I get to spend time with a friend, okay? But I know many other women, they'll say they'd rather clean that kitchen, especially past a certain age, like past age 35, past age 40. They'll say, I'll stay home, clean the kitchen, watch TV, be in my cocoon, let that friend find someone else to go out with that has the availability to go out. Okay. So she was in that mode. Or maybe because it'd been so long since we'd seen each other socially, I don't know, maybe I wasn't that type of person that she wanted to hang out socially. I don't know. And those are all things I have to process. But all I know is that I didn't get the chance to see her because of COVID, just like the other friend I lost, who I lost due to COVID reasons. But when I first moved here, also, I can't wait to spend time with this friend. We're going to move here. 2020 is going to be great. We're going to move in this neighborhood. There's at least 6 friends that live within 5 minutes away. I can't see them. I can't wait to see them. And things will be great. And then boom, COVID happens and nobody could see each other. And we're all housebound and everybody's stuck dealing with things. And then one person gets sick and then one person's doing with this and they're dealing with that. So there's a lot of those kinds of things that happen. Okay, so so because of the various strains, they couldn't have this one particular friend's memorial, and that was how I kicked off the month, which was going to this memorial and actually processing, being able to process the mourning of the loss and seeing her family. And the friends, family, clients. This woman had such a huge clientele of skincare and beauty clients and people who did wax. She did waxings for us and facials and eyebrows and all kinds of things. Okay, she worked in the beauty industry 30 years. So because of that, that was a big thing. And many people got up and spoke, and I even thought, I'm not going to do it. I don't really, I don't feel comfortable. But you know what? Over time of sitting there and listening to other people say how their life was affected by her, I wanted to speak, and I did, but I was so nervous. I was shaking like a leaf. I was shaking of talking about my memories of her and how, those are some amazing things. So if you have friends like that, please cherish them. Also, once again, the universe giving me gratitude, showing me gratitude of saying not everybody has these great memories of their work life or people that they enjoyed working with. Even though sometimes I wasn't always in the best of workplaces, sometimes some places I was, some salon situations are really stressful. Sometimes you have a boss that's breathing down your neck, or sometimes you're working for a chain salon where there's a whole lot of rules and they drain your creativity. Or sometimes you've got, clients, a very tight book and you're book, and sometimes you're not working with friendly people. I worked in places where, some places weren't that friendly. But with the places that were friendly, we stayed in touch for years. And I'm so grateful. So some of those connections were really amazing connections. So that was another thing that kind of put May at like not a good month. It was a month of contemplation, a month of awareness, a month of stress, a month of far from any kind of pleasure, of course, I'll try to do some self-care thing. You know me, I always try to do self-care things. I mean, to me, just doing makeup is self-care, right? And even sometimes using a great shower gel, self-care. A face mask, where you can just put a face mask on and stop what you're doing. Put a face mask on and stop what you're doing. Breathe deeply. Let your skin get moisturized. Let your skin get, taken care of. Deep condition your hair. Those kinds of things. Give yourself a pedicure, or get one done. Lots of things like that. Take time to start reading some great books. I read Joy Manganiello's book, one of her books. Can't think of the name of it, but it's a combination of her biography plus business. I just say Google Joy Manganiello or go to Amazon and look up Joy Manganiello. She was a great businesswoman. The movie Joy is based on her life, that had Jennifer. What's her name? Not Jennifer. I keep thinking Jennifer Lopez, but it's not Jennifer Lopez. Bradley Cooper's in it, and Jennifer, that's always in those movies, is Bradley Cooper. Anyway, the same. They're always together. I don't know why, but anyway, she plays Joy, and it's her life. And they won. Did they win? I think they won an Oscar for something, for some aspect of the movie. So, yeah. So I think it was great, and it's also about being a businesswoman against a lot of odds, and it's very inspirational, and she gives a lot of good business information. So Joy Manganiello she's the one who did the mop. She invented the mop that rings, self-ringing mop, but now there are many other copies of self-ringing mops. She's the one who invented the huggable hangers, the hangers where the clothes don't fall off. She's just has a very inventive mind, and she finds simple solutions, and then is really excellent at marketing. Okay. So, those kinds of, a book like that is very good for, just keeping me on track business wise, not allowing me to spiral down the, oh God, I'm so stressed out, everything's going wrong for me. Well, we met with the HOA, we're going to make some compromises, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. So maybe something has to be changed to please them, but whatever, it's not the end of the world. If we do it, they've agreed to pay for some of it, we've agreed to pay. You know what? It's not the end of the world. It's life. Sometimes things happen in life. We're still alive, we're healthy, we're working, we're, compared to losing jobs, compared to losing homes, compared to, or not having a home, compared to, times of sleeping in a friend, going to the laundry when I was just living in these really rundown places and going to the laundromat all the time. I have, I'm still so much better than I was then, and we just get through it. Life throws you curves, and you just have to get through it. So I just wanted to give you guys a life update. We are, June is already looking up compared to May, and whatever gets thrown at us, we just keep getting through it. We just keep going through it. But already, like, business-wise, well, for one thing, I hit my deadline in the job, so yay for me. And in the timely manner, yay for me. And then already June is looking up for the kind of, a lot of people just for whatever reason are saying, okay, I've waited a little longer, I gotta get myself together. So I'm seeing some clients there, so I'm happy about that. And what else? And a new teammate. So things are already looking up in ways that May was not looking up. But we cannot every month, not every day is going to be a winner, not every week's going to be a winner. But I've been very grateful for the gift of time. Okay, I have time now, working from home, and using my Avon business to enable me to work from home it is a gift. It is a gift. It's a luxury. It's a luxury. It's a complete luxury to be able to wake up when I want to wake up most of the days, unless I have something that I have to get up early for. Work, kind of like being able to, if I feel like working, if I don't see anyone in the public that day, I can work in my pajamas. Well, I know that a lot of people work in their pajamas right now, but I'm working in a field where there's a lot of positivity. And the other thing is Avon is now carrying a lot of LG electronics because LG is our parent company. They added the earbuds about a month ago, and they sold out like crazy. Avon sold out. The Avon rep sold more, broke a sales record for these earbuds. They were sold out, but they're now back on my website. Okay. Then they had a Bluetooth speaker, which boom, sold out like crazy. That has not been brought back, but we now have a Blu-ray player that's now available on my website, which is really exciting for me because not everybody is looking for makeup, okay, when they're shopping. Sometimes you're ordering something for Father's Day, right? Sometimes you're ordering a gift for somebody. Well, you can live anywhere in the USA, and if you want to order a Bluetooth player for $69.99 that also has streaming of Netflix, Amazon Prime, and YouTube, and play DVDs and Blu-rays, if you're looking for that, boom, you've got $69.99. You can now buy it from my website, okay? From my Avon website. And this is huge because Avon is now the first direct selling company that is doing selling electronics. So this is huge. This is huge. Huge news for Avon. It's a huge thing for LG to have Avon reps. So it's not just, so if you were going to buy it from Best Buy, know that you can support a small business anywhere in this USA. So you could be living in, I'm in the DC area, okay, Maryland, DC area. So I can be in the DC area, Maryland, DC area, and have my website. You could be in Chattanooga, Tennessee. You could be in Waterloo, Iowa. You could be in Missoula, Montana. And if you need a DVD, a Blu-ray player with streaming, and you want to get one for $69.99, you can go on my website below in the comments and order it from me, and it'll come to you directly from Avon. Boom, and you'll get it. And and if you wanted to ship it somewhere else, you can set the shipping address somewhere else. Like if you want to send it to your dad who lives in another area. To me, this is really huge. This is really amazing. To be able to sell things like that people would stand in line for Black Friday, we have the ability to have now, okay? Why make Walmart more wealthy? And it's the same thing about recruiting. If you want to sign up under me to be a recruit, and I'm going to do a new recruiting video and explain some things for the 2022 update of our recruiting advantages, but same thing with recruiting, to be able to have the opportunity to grow your business in new ways and to appeal to customers who aren't necessarily makeup customers. They're not everybody's, wanting just to buy makeup or there's a dryer just went off. Not everybody's, or some people have their own brands or their own fragrances or their own things that they want to buy. But this is another way that someone could support my business without having to change, without me having to tell them, oh, I think your skin might be better if you tried this, or have you smelled this fragrance, da, da, da. Hey, you need a Blu-ray player? If you're going to buy it, maybe consider buying it from me. Hey, no worries, But hey, this is something that's amazing. It's a great opportunity and something I would have never thought about. And to tell you the truth, at first I was not that warm to it because I am more, I've been in this beauty business. Next year will be 40 years that I've been in the beauty business. So because of that, I've always thought of beauty first, the beauty opportunities first. But if you're going to buy cleaners, you may as well try the cleaners that I have on my website. I love our laundry detergent. The laundry detergent is fantastic. It's a nice thing to not have to worry about lugging the big thing from the grocery store. Um, and I love it. It's lightweight, and it's a, it's a great cleansing agent, and for my clothes smell great, and they feel cleaner. The fabric is so much, I don't know, the fabric it just looks better, and the colors are lasting longer, and so it's those kinds of things. So to have these kinds of opportunities for my business to reach new customers, that's really exciting. So so these are some things that I'm excited about. These are some things that looking forward through June, through the rest of the summer, through the rest of the year. Things are looking up. I had but like a lot of people, we go through stressful times, and you got to find that silver lining that makes you keep moving forward and keep going, right? So anyway, just thanks for listening. Thanks for watching this video. Hope things are going well for you. I appreciate all the new followers, and I just posted a new picture with this new color over on Instagram. I got more likes than I've ever had before. I'm like, oh my god, nearly 300. I think I'm like 4 or 5 away from hitting 300. I've never even had 100 likes on a photo before. I think maybe at one point, one picture I guess a couple months ago was up to like 72 likes. So I was like, wow, that's great. But this is nearly 300. So thank you all so much. Thanks for the support always. And I always have all my information below. You can follow me on my different social media. And I'll be coming in more often, and with different things, and to bring you some great content. Okay, so I hope you have a great rest of the day, night, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks. Bye.